All right, hey guys, what's going on? Needs more drums back in Melody Bay in City Skylines 2 for our next episode of the series. And so a couple of things real quick. Uh, First of all, apologies for my voice. I'm getting over a little bit of a cold. The weather's changing, up here in the Midwest, and it's been a little bit chillier outside. And every single year, I always get sick, when fall comes around. So just bear with me. I'm feeling a lot better, but still my voice is not, 100%. And two, sorry for the lack of City Skylines videos lately. I've been just really, really busy with work. Honestly, I got a couple of deadlines coming up in the next couple of weeks. And so it's going to be tough enough to get, one video out per week, let alone two. And I've just been trying to find small times, throughout the week to be able to record and edit and get some videos together. So I feel like I've been doing this a lot lately, but I'm sorry. It's just been a really busy time with work and summer's a busy time. Fall's always a busy time with work. Summer's a busy time with gigs. Thank you guys for understanding. Just bear with me. But progress is moving on in the background, and I like I said, I'm trying to find some time right now to get to recording, but those times are few and far between. But anyway, what are we doing today? So we have a pretty stable amount of income so far. We're making about 100 grand, which is unbelievable. But we have a huge problem that I totally forgot about, and now it's kind of starting to resurface a little bit. So aside from the overrun medical system, or healthcare system, we have a garbage issue. So our processing capacity is just not having it, and our landfill is starting to get pretty full. And I did realize at the end of the last episode that we actually do have an outside power connection right here. It just wasn't connected to, it was connected directly to the power plant. So we weren't actually getting any, electricity trade in or out of the city. So I installed this transformer, and now we actually have a connection to flow the surplus or deficit, in and out of the city. So at least for now, the power issue is kind of solved, I guess, a little bit. We're not going to ever get any blackouts, but the problem is importing electricity is really expensive. And so I want to remedy that situation as quickly as possible and actually invest in a power plant. But before we do that, we need to invest in a better garbage solution. So the thing about landfills is that they're great, starting out, but once you get a reasonably sized city, just the processing capacity cannot keep up. So I think what we need to do is invest in a recycling center, and recycling centers are extremely expensive. They're, $800,000, $80,000 a month to upkeep. But I think it just needs to happen because look at that. The processing capacity is 1,500 tons a month compared to 100. So this is going to be a long-term solution for us. We could actually empty this landfill and get rid of this. And then that'll, bring our overall costs down as well. Because once we get rid of that, we won't have to pay that $15,000 anymore. And, it's just going to be a better solution for the longevity of our city. And hopefully it's going to be a little bit cleaner as well. But the big question that you guys might be asking is, where the heck are we going to put it? We really don't have space for one, and it's a pretty big facility. You can see, it's not, I guess it's not huge. It's not as big as a landfill. It's about just as big. And then you don't have to have a storage area either, like a landfill or, anything like that. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to put it somewhere over here. And yes, I know it's terrible, but we're going to do it again. We're going to take out another loan. I did repay some of the loan from last time, so that is good. And the reason that I'm comfortable with taking out another loan is that as long as we keep some income flowing in, as long as we cover the cost of the interest of the loan, we'll be all right. And plus, we do need to buy another tile, and that's going to bring our costs down to, I believe, so $40,000 a month upkeep. So that'll bring us down to about 60 grand in profit. That means that we can have, I'd like to say about 50 or 60 grand. 60 is a lot, but maybe 50 grand or so in a loan capacity. And so hopefully, if we get $1 million, we'll be able to meet that. If not, maybe a little bit less money might even be necessary, or that even I guess that might result in less interest income. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're covering our costs. So first things first, let's go ahead and buy this tile. And as you can see, we have no money anymore, which is fine. It's fine. It's okay. And the other reason that I want to buy this tile is because one, we can actually start to build out our infrastructure and get this tile pretty soon as well, and then hopefully make a highway connection here and have, you know, a nice start building out our highway out this way. And then two, this is where I want to put that big industrial port area. So I think having this tile will enable us to build that recycling center and start expanding out some industry, and industry makes us a bunch of money. So having that extra tax income is going to be crucial. And once we do that as well, you know, hopefully we can have some little bit of maybe some residential over here or something like that. I'm not going to make this, you know, super residential heavy over here. I'm thinking more industry, especially out towards the coast over this way. But at the very least, it'll be great to, you know, keep expanding the population and keep expanding the infrastructure. So now that we've done this, let's go ahead and, you know what, I'm actually going to press play right now and let the money flow in a little bit, because we still have some leeway with this landfill before it starts to get too full. So while this is, we're getting a nice hefty amount of cash, still 74 grand income. That's fantastic. We're going to go ahead and start building out some of these roads. And so I'm just going to go ahead and throw down a little bit of a grid system real quick. All right, and so I think this is kind of an okay start. You know, we got some weird spaces to work with a little bit, but that's cool. You know, I like having these kind of odd shaped spaces. They make for kind of cool focal points of the city. But yeah, so we have our residential primarily over here. We're going to expand our residential out a little bit over here as well. But I think this whole area, I'm thinking we're going to pretty much make it all industrial, and it's going to be a really big industrial area. But the reason that I kind of like this industrial area is because if we look at our wind, you can actually see it just takes it straight over the water here with these, you know, with these arrows here. So we don't really have too much of a concern. These people, I think, you know, they'll be fine. We're going to build it, I think, you know, a little bit more over here. So hopefully it won't affect these people too much. And if it does, maybe we can make this like a little park or something and get rid of these houses. But yeah, because looking back, this is kind of built right in the path of the pollution. But you know what? We'll be all right. So I do imagine maybe some more residential up over here as well. But for now, this is going to be a really, really nice spot to have some industry, especially, again, given that this is going to be kind of a coast, some kind of coastal port or something like that. And I do want to bring the train line around here as well. So hopefully we can have like the train line kind of come down around this way and maybe through here. Maybe we can even have like some kind of passenger station over here or something. Who knows? We will we'll see what happens. But yeah, so money's still coming in. Landfill is getting pretty close to being full, so we're going to go ahead and actually take out our loan now. And I'm a little bit nervous to do this, so I'm actually going to go ahead and save the game real quick just in case we totally mess everything up and have to revert back to this. I'd rather do that now than be sorry later. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and take out our loan. So I'm hoping that we can get... Ooh, this is not going to be great. So we are going to start running a bit of a deficit, which is okay. I don't mind running a deficit because I think we're going to be able to get it back pretty shortly. So I'm going to go ahead and actually, yeah, I'm gonna do the total loan. Oh no, we're not even gonna have enough money. I'm gonna have to go. That is gonna be tough. That is not great. I'll be honest. This is a little bit scary. Don't entirely know what to do here, but I think this is going to be our best option. We're just gonna try it. This is not great, and I really don't like the fact that I have to do this. Man, $100,000 a month deficit. Ah, that is so terrible. That is so terrible. This is not a good financial situation that we're in. But we need this. We need this recycling center so bad. I mean, there's really no other way around it. So I think we're just going to have to do it and hope that our industry can offset it. And you know what? Before I'm going to do this, I'm actually going to look at our population. So we do have a 16% unemployment rate, which means that bringing some new jobs to the city is actually probably a necessity at the moment. Then I'm also thinking that we get rid of this farmland too, and use that as either some more industry. Yeah, maybe with the way the pollution's going, either some more industry or just make this into some residential zones over here. I think that might help a lot. So we're going to utilize all the space that we have, really try to get this in good shape. So let's just experiment. Let's take out this loan, build this recycling center, try to get rid of this landfill, and we'll see what comes of it. So just stay tuned, enjoy maybe a little bit of a time lapse, and just hope and pray that the city stays afloat here. So let's go ahead and see what happens. well, apparently you can just delete landfills in this game. So that helps. And we're actually getting to be in a reasonable place, to be honest with you guys. I did not think that that was going to work. I thought you would have had to empty it first, but apparently not. Apparently this is not City Skylines 1. So we're just gonna take that win for now, and deal with that. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That really changes things, because that saved us, 15 grand in upkeep expenses. So great. Okay, well, now we have this industrial park that's really taking shape, and I'm gonna actually zone out just a few more industrial buildings here along this avenue. And actually, you know what I might do? I might actually offset them a little bit, because typically, like, you wouldn't have a bunch of industry right on like the road here. I'm actually going to do something kind of like, maybe, oh, the zoning doesn't like that. Okay, that's cool. Sure, yeah, whatever. We'll do something kind of like this for now. We'll even throw a little office right here. Why not? And I'm thinking about, how I'm going to connect up some of these roads here. So I'm wondering if this road is going to connect, to this avenue here, obviously. But I kind of had a cool thought to maybe do something like connecting this road, maybe like over to this one or something, to make some kind of unique shape. Not too sure how sold I am on that yet. But I think at the very least, we're going to actually delete some of this forestry industry, remove this forest, and keep expanding out the city this way, because we really need to get some sort of, something else kind of going over here. And we have this little suburban area here that I haven't even zoned out yet, which is fine. But I'm getting a little bit nervous that we're not going to zone out enough stuff for the before our budget really starts to hate us. So I want to get a little bit more zoned out before we actually get into the red here, because then we're really going to be in trouble, and we're gonna have to take out yet another loan, and then we'll be financing our debt with more debt, and that is the vicious cycle that I don't want to be in. So we're not going to buy any more tiles. We do have quite a bit of space now to work with, especially now that that landfill's gone, so we can actually make use of some of this space and actually use it to turn some income here. And one thing that I might do, as you've kind of seen, is I'm trying to slowly like get rid of some of this farmland. It is great to have, but we just don't really have the space for it right now. And I'd rather, use this space for something a little bit more profitable than the farmland. I'm envisioning, farmland is going to be out here once we get some money and can really afford those tiles. But for now, we're trying to really just get the city on its feet and use all of the space we can get, because once we get enough income, we'll start paying down that loan. It'll be a little bit of a process, and then we can actually start boosting our healthcare expenses, and then hopefully invest in some education or something like that. But again, that's a long way away. Right now, we're just going to continue to expand, because we just need to grow the population. We need to get some more income into the city. So probably just one last little time lapse of some expansion, and then we'll see kind of where we're at in a little bit. So let's go ahead and get to it. And will you look at that? I know our happiness is going down a little bit, but I did bump up the industry taxes just a little bit, and from 11 to 13%, and it was just enough to put us over the edge here. So I think I'm not going to keep this like this because I want to bring them back down to 10 or 11 so we can actually get the demand back up. But I think I'm going to keep them like that just for a little bit to make a little bit of money, so that we can actually start paying off this loan, which is going to be a really, really big deal. And so I think maybe, you know, I'll try to get like 50 grand in the bank, pay it off a little bit, and then maybe bump the taxes back down a little bit, because right now we don't really have a lot of space to zone out industry anyway. And I'm trying to keep the unemployment at a reasonable level. I mean, right now it's at 14. Not great, but not terrible. I like to keep it below 10 if possible, but it kind of fluctuates, I know. And I do want to put some money back into the healthcare system and back into the garbage system, because right now there are like no trucks available. But it's better than, you know, totally just wiping out our income with that. So I might do a little bit of this stuff like off camera, just kind of chipping away at some of the development of the city, because this is just a very tedious process of kind of going back, zoning, adjusting the budget, so on and so forth. It's not the easiest thing to maintain here. So I'm doing my best. Like I said, it's not easy, but we're doing what we can, and I think it'll all work out eventually. We got some weird spaces to fill in too, so I might actually spend some time doing a little bit of detailing, filling in some of these weird spots like that I've been saving for a while to fill in, and I haven't done it yet. And plus, I think some of these residential areas maybe can even use a bit of a density upgrade as well. We have a hefty demand for all of the densities, so I'm tempted to start making the city center a little bit bigger and kind of pushing some of this medium density out this way a little bit more, to boost our population and boost our tax income. And now we're in the red. Oh my goodness, where's that from? Oh, whatever. Anyway, I thought we had it, but we're gonna put a pause on this for now. Probably the electricity cost, I bet that's what it is. Yep, we're having to import more. So yeah, again, can't catch a break, but we're right on the edge of just being able to really kind of break even here and start slowly working our way towards paying off this loan. So it'll take a while, but I think we're finally in a good space where our city services can kind of keep up with the growth and demand in the city, and minus healthcare, of course, because we're just being overrun with patients. But we'll get there eventually, I promise. It's all happening slowly but surely. You could really, this is a fun series, but because you could actually sit here and kind of watch the city really, really struggle, and see how early mistakes in the game really are, coming to bite us a little bit later. So I will talk to you guys in the next episode. In the meantime, have a great rest of your week. Sorry I've been so busy, but doing what I can, and the videos will keep on coming. So stay tuned for some more. Have a great week, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. See ya.